As controversy brews over the new $3 trillion stimulus package passed by the House of Representatives last week, many people have pointed out that other countries have been much more generous with their stimulus checks as well as unemployment benefits. So, the US should not think twice in giving out more stimulus checks. Is this actually true? And if so, which country actually gave out the most stimulus checks? First of all, this video is going to focus on specifically how much stimulus the government gave to unemployed citizens in the form of stimulus checks and extra unemployment benefits over a period of 4 months. This will not look at the amount given to businesses or bailouts and so on. So starting off, let's look at the good old United States. So far, they have given out a one-time payment of $1,200. On top of this, an unemployed individual can expect an extra $600 per week up to 4 months. This amount is added to how much they would normally receive from state unemployment insurance and other programs. Thus, the average US citizen could expect $10,800 over 4 months if they are unemployed, plus another $500 per child as a one-time payment. Moving on, let's take a look at Canada, as many people point out that Canada gives out more. Canada is giving out $2,000 per month for 4 months. At first glance, it would seem like Canada is giving out more money as their stimulus amount is $8,000 as opposed to America's $1,200. However, we have to also consider that Canada has no extra unemployment benefits. Furthermore, something else that is misleading is that the Canadian dollar uses the same symbol as the American dollar. But they're not actually the same. 8,000 Canadian dollars is equivalent to 5,750 US dollars. So Canada's total amount is not as much as it first appears, or at least according to Forbes. Next up, let's look at some European countries who are giving out crazy amounts of cash. As for Britain is giving a staggering 80% of unemployed workers' salaries up to £2,500 a month. Considering that the median income in the UK is $31,617, this means that the average unemployed Brit would get $2,416 a month. This adds up to $9,664 over 4 months. France, on the other hand, is offering 70% of unemployed workers' salaries, and they have a really generous limit at €6,927 per month, or $7,575. I'm not sure if people earning that much money really need help, but anyways, the average French resident makes $31,112 a year, so the average unemployed French citizen would receive $1,815 per month. This comes out to a solid $7,260 over 4 months. Germany has a very similar plan that offers 67% of an individual's salary, and again has just as generous of a maximum at €6,700 per month. With an average income of $33,333, the average German would receive $1,861 or $7,444 over 4 months. Spain is paying up to 70% of workers' salaries, but they have a much more reasonable maximum at €1,412 a month. With a median income of $21,959, the average Spaniard receives $1,281 a month, or $5,124 over 4 months. Italy, like the UK, has pledged to give up to 80% of employee salary with a maximum of €1,130 per month. Unfortunately, however, this is only for 9 weeks, or about 2 months. But we'll assume that they do this for 4 months in order to get a better comparison of the rate of stimulus checks from the various countries. With a median income of $20,085, the average Italian can expect the maximum of €1,130 or $1,241. If this was given out over 4 months, this would come out to $4,964. Our last 2 European countries, the Netherlands and Denmark, are taking a completely different approach. Instead of paying stimulus checks to unemployed citizens, they're paying these checks to businesses to prevent people from getting laid off in the first place. Businesses are only eligible for these funds if they don't lay off any of their employees. The Netherlands is offering 90% and Denmark is offering 75 to 90% depending on the business. Personally, I think this is the most effective method discussed so far, as employees get their money and don't lose their jobs, while businesses aren't footing too much of the bill. And given that the Netherlands and Denmark have some of the highest incomes in the world, this comes out to a nice 11,575 for the Netherlands and 12,199 for Denmark over 4 months. As for Asia, South Korea is offering 70% or more of a worker's wages plus a possible cash payment for certain industries. The average South Korean can expect $9,534 over 4 months, plus sometimes a bit more. Hong Kong, though not technically a country, is offering 50% of workers' salaries for 6 months, which comes out to about $1,160 a month or $4,640 over 4 months. Japan is offering a single payment of $930 to every single Japanese citizen, despite their situation. India is not really offering any cash payments directly. However, they are giving out free food on a regular basis to 800 million people, as well as 5 million rupees or about $66,000 in health insurance for frontline workers. And finally, Australia is giving out $750 in cash payments to low-income earners, along with about $1,000 every 2 weeks for furloughed employees, which comes out to about $8,000 for the average furloughed employee. Taking a step back and looking at all of the countries, it seems like the Scandinavian country of Denmark has once again come out on top. But this is really not too accurate. Of course, there are some programs and nuances that were probably missed in these estimates. But more importantly, we have to remember that the cost of living and healthcare is vastly different among these countries. Basically, every country on this list other than the US has universal healthcare. So, though many of these countries are giving out less money, the income received in these countries is more useful than in the US. But this video wasn't made to knock down one system or praise another, but rather show that all of these countries are giving out thousands of dollars, or at least trying to. Sure, some systems may give out more and or be more effective, but for the most part, all of these countries are trying their best to help their citizens through this rough time. So, instead of getting hung up on the differences, we should be grateful as many countries aren't giving out any money. But that's just what I think. Make sure to drop a like if you agree. If I missed a major country, then make sure to comment that down below. And if you'd like some more questions logically answered, then consider subscribing. But until then, I'm Hari, and I'll see you guys on the next one.